We're going to go ahead and prep all of our covers and paper so that we are able to start stitching. You'll notice that the paper lays flat and that there's things called signatures, which I'll explain more in a minute, that are those individual paper folds to create our binding. You will need your covers, extra scrap paper, all 8.5 by 11, lots of copy paper, and even some watercolor paper or other paper that you have that is all cut 8.5 by 11. You will also need a pencil, ruler, binder clip, and something sharp to poke the holes. You can use your pencil, but if you have something better, I would use that. Once you have your paper gathered, you're going to go ahead and start to organize them into categories. I have one category with information for students and artists, black paper, watercolor paper, and then lots and lots of copy paper. Once you are done with that, you're going to get what we call signatures. So 5 sheets of copy paper all together, nicely stack them, and fold them in half. You'll notice that my other signatures are folded into categories. I have my black paper signature, my watercolor paper, and my information signature. Then I'm going to go ahead and fold 4 more copy paper signatures. So I have 5 copy paper signatures. Once I have all of my signatures prepped, I'm going to go ahead and start to organize them. You want to keep them organized at all times and always make sure that the folds are on the left side, just like a normal book. So I'm going to go ahead and organize mine now. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my covers, my back cover, the one I choose as my back, and the front cover I choose. Make sure that the black part of the paper is always inside. I'm going to go ahead and keep my book organized, so I moved my front cover and the rest of my book is organized, but I'm going to just deal with my first signature. I'm going to measure it. I'm going to keep the 0 at the edge of the paper, and I'm going to measure 1 inch, 2 inch, and 3 inch, and I'm going to make just a little notch on my paper. Then I'm going to move to 5.5, 6.5, oops, and 7.5, and make those little notches. You can see it better here. I have my 0 at the edge of my paper. Notice that some rulers, the 0 and the edge of the ruler are not the same, so be mindful. It might be the edge of the ruler and it might be a different location. You're going to have a notch at 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 5.5, 6.5, and 7.5. It's important that these are accurate so that the rest of your book is clean and organized. From there, you're going to take your measured signature and the rest of your signature, nicely stack and organize them together, and find that binder clip that we had and binder clip it right in the center so you're not blocking any of those measurements. Then from there, you're just going to go ahead and score all the paper in that same location so we don't have to measure all individual signatures. Do make sure that all of your signatures are being scored. Sometimes some of them are lowered a little. If any are lowered a little bit, just make sure that you poke them with your pencil and that they all are scored. Just to make sure before you move on that each paper should have 6 score marks in the same location. Once all that is prepped, you're ready to start poking your holes. So again, I have some signatures that have less than 5 pages, and that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and open up my signatures, and on each spine, I'm going to poke right in that score mark. Again, it's important to note that you're poking right into that spine, and you're going through all the pages at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and continue to do that on all of my signatures. Again, I'm poking right in that fold in that spine. Now we're going to go ahead and poke the holes into our cover. This is going to look a little bit different because our paper and our cover is a little bit larger. Your paper is the same size as the black interior paper, so line it up with that black interior paper and hold it down really tight. And right where the score and hole marks are on your paper, you're going to make the same location on your cover. These are not going to be the same measurements as the measurements on your copy paper because, again, your cover is larger. So line up that first signature to the black interior paper and make score marks there. Once I have those, I'm going to go ahead and take my ruler back out, and I'm going to make from those score marks a 1/2 inch line. Again, my ruler is at 0, and I'm going from a 1/2 inch to the edge of my cover, 1/2 inch to the edge of my cover, all the way down my cover. You do not need to do this to the back cover, you only need to do these measurements to the front cover. Once those score marks are complete, I'm going to go ahead and take my back cover. I'm going to make sure that the black paper is touching and that it's lined up like it would be when the book is complete. I am marking and poking through both covers at the same time. I'm going all the way through right at that 1/2 inch mark. So these holes, unlike my signature, will be poked about 1/2 inch into my cover. Do not worry about erasing those pencil lines or anything. When we stitch, those will all be covered. So poke all the way through both covers, and there should be 6 holes. Once all my holes are completed, I'm going to reorganize my book. It obviously will not be stitched, but I'm going to organize it just like it will be, so I can go ahead. Once I have all these steps completed, I am ready to start binding.